Yo, what's going on, guys? KrispyFlakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispies. For today's video, we got top 10 overrated NBA players, and then in a quotation that says viewer vote, man. So just know that either this was put there because the girl that made this video was getting roasted like crazy, or maybe just the viewers actually vote for this list. I will say regardless, check this out, man. 3.9k likes. That's a good video, man. 29k dislikes. That's 29000 for you non-mathematicians out there. That is not great. That is not a good ratio. That is not a good compound fraction. I don't know. Regardless, I just know I got up from a nap because I got to stay up till midnight, and then beyond that for 2K release, 12 p.m. or 12 a.m. Eastern time. So, little crank, man. I got that groggy, post-snap feeling right now. So, hopefully this doesn't piss me off too much. Please drop a like on this video, guys, so it'll make me less angry. It probably won't help, but it would be nice.
Welcome to Mixtape Videos. Over the past few weeks, we've let our viewers
wait. Why do I already see Shaq or D Wade? This better not mean no epiphany for the future.
Who they thought were the most overrated players in NBA history. The results are in, so let's see what the viewers said. By the way, we can't stress enough that these are the viewer rankings, not our rankings. So while we'll try to present arguments as to why each player is overrated, we can't say that we necessarily agree with the votes, though we do agree for most of them. Okay, let's get started.
Okay, so you say you agree for most.
Number 10, Steve Francis. Known as Steve Franchise, Francis created...
I liked using them in 2K back in the day. Like, that was fun. But, I mean, he had, some nice handles and stuff. But, like I said, when I think about the past, yeah, I know Steve Francis, but I don't think about Steve Francis. Steve Franchise.
Did a lot of hype during his NBA career. And for good reason. He made all the best highlight reel plays.
He was fun to watch.
Defenders and dunking ferociously. During his best season, he averaged about 21 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and 1 steal.
That's good numbers.
However, he shot below 42% from the field and only 32% from the three-point line.
It wasn't a three-point shooting league back then.
The Rockets were 28 and 54, were 20th in offensive rating, and dead last in defensive rating.
So he's Kemba Walker.
Houston, they made the playoffs just once, and were nearly swept out of the first round.
I actually like
Kemba
Walker. No disrespect.
He was known to be a selfish player who
couldn't shoot,
on the pass, Celtics. Or make good decisions. His bad attitude led to his being traded several times, cut a few times, and eventually just fading out.
Okay. I mean, I'm not ferocious.
Number 9, Alonzo Mourning.
Alonzo Mourning? I mean, the only overrated thing this guy ever did was get dunked on hard by Vince Carter. But Alonzo Mourning is not overrated. This man's defense... Oh my God. And I will say, did not really watch Zone in his prime. The real Zone. This is the real Zone, by the way, guys. But I just know. If you know, you know. And it's if you're disrespecting because, okay, I think offensively, I think he was solid. Let's listen. Damn it.
A legend in Miami, Alonzo Mourning is usually the only player new age bandwagon Heat fans can name outside of Dwayne Wade. Whether or not you view him as overrated, it really depends on which part of his career you look at. His first 8 seasons in the league, Zoe consistently averaged around 20 points and 10 rebounds.
That's not overrated.
To go along with 3 to 4 blocks per game.
What?
The last 7 years of his career, however, he averaged around 7 or 8 points and 5 to 6 rebounds per game. So,
but how many blocks? And I believe he won a championship, right? He was on that team with Wade and Shaq. So he wasn't starting. So you're going to say he started off 8 years as an all-star. Also, 2010 4 blocks, Hall of Fame shit right there. And then it's okay, well, he's getting a bit older. He might have to settle for a lesser role. Okay, the numbers dip a little bit. That does not take away for what he did.
I guess if you were a younger fan and always heard about the legend of Alonzo Mourning and then saw him average 8 points and 5 rebounds, you'd probably think he was overrated.
No.
Hey, I said we would try to present arguments as to why each player is
Joe
overrated.
Johnson looking for his place in the NBA. Because he's older. Do I think he's overrated?
8, Baron Davis.
Oh my God.
If you take a quick look at Baron Davis' numbers, you may think, hey, nearly 10 years averaging 20 points, 8 assists, and 2 steals. I'll take that. But a closer look will show you
It's a
that
bad
he
idea.
also averaged 3 turnovers, barely shot 71% from the free throw line as a guard, and shot below 41% from the floor for his career.
Who the fuck cares? Like, who cares? Who cares? Who cares?
He had several seasons where he didn't even reach 40%. That's Allen Iverson bad.
You call Allen bad?
He shot only 32% from the three-point line. Now you may think, well, 32%, okay, he just wasn't a good three-point shooter. Nothing wrong with that. True, but the problem is that despite shooting only 32% on threes, he shot 5 threes per game and had several seasons where he shot 7 or 8 threes a game.
Good for him.
Davis had some incredible highlights, but those really just hide the truth. He simply wasn't a very good NBA player.
Wasn't he? So you and I would say you could be overrated and still be good. So not only do you disrespect by saying overrated, but also the double freaking bitch ass dagger by saying, well, he wasn't even a good NBA player. No, he was a good NBA player. Oh my.
Number 7, Steph Marbury. At this point,
Wasn't a huge fan. I like the shoes.
Trend. Guards who score
Starberries
a lot
are nice.
but inefficiently and who are bad
$15?
teammates.
Ooh, damn. Take a pair right
Steph
now.
Marbury averaged about 20 points per game, but on 43% shooting. Like Baron Davis, he was also a bad three-point shooter and shot far too many considering his struggles in that department. On top of that,
Can I just point out the elephant in the room? The reason all these guards shoot less is because in a lot of the times they're on teams where maybe the talent isn't all there. So it's like if you are the best player, you are going to be taking on defense, which is in theory going to lead to more turnovers and less efficient shooting. But not only that, you know, back in the 90s and early 2000s, they didn't really have the graceness of having the floor spacing you see in the NBA today, because everybody's shooting threes today. Floor spacing was nothing like it used to. Now, in all fairness, the game wasn't played that way, but still, we just know what floor spacing does for an NBA player's numbers. So, yeah.
he had a huge ego and was known not just as a coach killer, but a team killer as well.
Also spit on a
It got
dude's
so
face.
bad for Marbury in New York that the team, not being able to trade him, simply dismissed him.
Killing it in the China League,
At this
though.
point, probably everyone knows the real Steph Marbury, and no one would overrate him. But there was a time when some said he was the best point guard in the league
Well, damn,
and
after
gave
that,
him
wow.
contracts paying out $20 million a year. Number 6, Derrick Fisher.
Derrick Fisher?
An 18-year veteran
hear
of the
this.
NBA, Derrick Fisher hit some big shots and won a
Does anybody say that Derrick Fisher is underrated? I think we all know what Derrick Fisher was. Like, he was exactly what, like, Kobe and Shaq needed. Like, he wasn't going out there trying to drop, 30 points a game. Like, he knocked down his threes, made big shots, and brought toughness. Let's move on.
a lot of rings. The way people talk about him, you'd think he was Magic Johnson out there, running the Lakers offense to perfection.
I've never heard nobody
It's
say
true,
that.
Fisher wasn't really bad at anything. He made few mistakes and made the shots he needed to make. But with career averages of 8 points, 3 assists, and 1 steal, it's hard to say he was crucial to anything the Lakers did.
Playing with Kobe, though, that
He was
3
always
assists could have
calm
been
and
freaking
collected
30.
and showed up when he needed to, but come on. Kobe and Shaq would probably have won those rings even without Fisher's 8 amazing points.
Oh my god.
Look at it this way. If he didn't play
This
for the
is angering me,
Lakers,
guys.
would people even talk about him? Probably not. Number 5, Kevin Garnett.
Oh!
If you're a longtime subscriber to the channel, or if you got really bored one day and watched all of our videos, and I mean really bored, then you probably know that we agree with this one. Kevin Garnett is overrated. Most fans and analysts rank him as one of the top 3 power forwards of all time. Some even say 1 or 2, which is just ridiculous. Yes, he's passionate and an emotional leader, but what did he lead his team to? He and the Timberwolves were eliminated from the first round of the playoffs 6 years in a row. It's funny, people bash Dirk for supposedly not making any deep playoff runs when that's actually what happened to Garnett. In order to win a ring, he had to join up with 2 other players who both averaged over 25 points a game the previous years. Once he joined an elite team, gone were the days of 20 and 12. He averaged around 16 points and 8 rebounds for the Celtics. We're talking Chris Bosh from Toronto to Miami kind of stuff. Kevin Love from Minnesota to Cleveland. Great players when no one else is competing for those points and rebounds, but when they have talent around them, they're simply really good role players. Number 4.
Sorry, guys. I just kind of blanked out there for a second. I didn't miss anything, right? The last player I heard was Derek Fisher, right? That's where we left off? Okay. Scottie Pippen, what's up with that?
Scottie Pippen. Again, if
Derek
you've been
Fisher,
watching
Scottie
the videos,
Pippen,
you know we agree with this one. Pippen's legend is no doubt due to the extra attention he got from playing with Jordan, and he was a great sidekick. Would Jordan have won without Pippen?
No.
Probably not, but
he would have won, but
not as many.
Let's say that.
LeBron didn't win without Bosh, but that doesn't make Bosh a top 10 player of all time.
So we ain't going to mention D-Wade?
Duncan didn't win without Parker.
Ain't going to mention Manu Ginobili?
We don't over-glorify Parker for that. Bird had McHale, but we don't count them as equals. The point is that while the sidekicks were helpful, we keep them in their place as important role players and highlight what the true leader of the team did. It should be the same with Pippen. Now, if you want numbers to back this up, watch the full video where we show why we think Pippen is overrated. There should be a link in the video somewhere, probably one of those annoying pop-ups that everyone closes. Number 3, Derrick Rose.
Oh my jeez.
First off, we're not...
Derrick Rose? Derrick Rose? The youngest MVP? And you're going to call the man overrated because he had horrible injuries to his body? And each time he did, he rose up. He rose up. And we're going to call this man overrated? Hell no. Hell to the no.
Not going to talk about the injuries.
Yeah, we are going to talk about the
injuries. While it does cause problems, it's not Rose's fault, so we won't bring that up.
It's part of it.
The problem with Rose is that he's a one-dimensional player in more ways than one.
We didn't get to see his actual prime.
General. He's an okay defender and
he won the MVP at 22.
His forte is scoring. The problem is that even in his one area of expertise, he's limited since he's not a great jump shooter. He relies heavily on athleticism and driving to the basket. His MVP year, he was amazing, but we haven't seen that same level of play from him since that year.
Would you expect to after freaking tearing your damn MCL, ACL, BCL,
15 points and
DCL,
5 assists on 37%
meniscus
shooting? Can he be the player he was his MVP season, which was 4 years ago, by the way? It's possible, but unlikely. Chances are, it's time to stop talking about Derrick Rose as an MVP type player.
He'll do it on the Pistons, watch. We'll do it on the Pistons watch.
Number 2, Kobe Bryant.
Oh, man. You know what? Y'all know the Joker? Batman? The Joker's insane, right? Just pure crazy. And nobody knows why. Like, nobody knows the actual backstory to Joker. There's a lot of people out there that talk about it and write comics about it. But I think the real reason the Joker just snapped in the end of the day was he probably saw this video. He probably saw this video and that was it.
Kobe is a top 10 player, but there are those who say he's the greatest player of all time, or maybe second only to Jordan. He's great, but not that great.
No, yeah, not that great.
Kobe at number 10 on our list of the greatest players of all time, so you can get an idea of how we feel about him. Here's the thing. If you look at stuff like win shares, PER, points per game, offensive rating, etc., which we do because we like numbers,
I don't.
Kobe ranks in the top 20 in just about everything.
I hate numbers.
But he's top 10 in just a few of those categories, whereas guys like Wilt, Kareem, Shaq, Magic, and so on are top 10 in...
Didn't name a single shooting guard right there, though. Like, we call him like the second greatest shooting guard of all time.
Several categories. So Kobe has 5 championships, which helps his cause, but statistically, he just doesn't stack up to those we rank above him. Number 1, Michael Jordan. Okay,
course.
I'm going to be honest with
Of
you.
course.
We got nothing for this one. I mean, there's pretty much no way we could make an argument for Michael Jordan being overrated and then sleep soundly tonight. People say it was the media hype or that he was surrounded by great players. That's why we all think he was the greatest of all time. Well, maybe he got so much media hype because he was so good. I mean, it's not like he played for the Lakers or Knicks. Did he have a great team? Well, yeah, that's why they won. Duh. You don't play 1-on-5. Now, it's true that Jordan wasn't perfect. He wasn't a great three-point shooter.
Well, yeah, nobody's a freaking
pretty
100%
high amount of
efficient player.
turnovers for several seasons. We'll give you that. But he's still the greatest player of all time, even with his flaws. There you go. Those are the fan.
I don't got nothing to say, guys. I gotta go. I gotta go meditate. I gotta go meditate and maybe do a few other things. Let me know what those things are in the comment section below that you think I'm doing. What do you do to relieve stress?